Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at Roshamuul Shockheads. This is probably the least popular spawn out of the big Roshamuul spawns. It's also the worst one out of the three. However, it's the easiest one, so quite easy to start. Obviously it's not popular, so very easy to get the respawn, and it is the best respawn in the game to complete your Shockhead bestiary, so definitely quite useful for that. And yeah, generally I would say it's a pretty interesting respawn, so I can recommend it. So let's take a look at what we can do here. So, I recommend this respawn for a 450 plus Paladin. I have a few sets of results here for you. I have the 15 minutes on the left, which is actually the results that I was able to achieve once I optimized the respawn and I had charms active. And the results on the right hand side are sort of, my first, second hunt there without charms. So as you can see, once you sort of optimize the respawn, you can look at about 4.3 kk XP per hour, which is about 6.5 kk on 150, and the loot is somewhere between 5 to 800k per hour. So pretty decent results for a level 450 Paladin. Definitely not some rubbish spot, so I don't know why it's not more popular. I would definitely think it's pretty good and would recommend checking it out. The respawn, in my opinion, peaks out at somewhere around 5 kk raw. It's going to be a little bit hard to do much more than that simply because there isn't enough respawn. You can probably get that closer to like level 600, and usually what people do once they run out of respawn, they will combine their Roshamuul Bones and Roshamuul Shockheads respawns together, and they hunt both of them at a higher level. The difficulty I would give it is about an 8 out of 10 at level 450. That goes down a lot with levels. As some suggestions, when boxing, consider standing next to a tree or terrain, basically reducing the 8 SQMs around you to 7, and make sure to stand, in a straight line away from the terrain, which means that out of the 7 monsters around you, only 3 of them can wave you because, you're not surrounded by 4 waves. So that's one tip I have for you. If you don't need to do that, then obviously don't. It's better to have 8 monsters to increase your experience, but if you're struggling, then that's one way to mitigate the damage. Second of all, if you get trapped and overruled and you really feel like this is it, I'm dying, remember to use your familiar. The familiar will die after a single box, but it will help you probably get out of the trap. It's helped me out a countless number of times. Anyway, with regards to bestiary, if you wanted the bestiary here, it'll take about 10 hours for Frazzlemores, 4 hours for Silencers, 12.5 hours for Guzzlemores, and about 20 hours for Shockheads, and that is probably the one you care about the most. Moving on, like I said, requirement level 450 plus, no access quest is required. However, Roshamuul needs to be open on your server. This place can effectively be hunted by knights and paladins for sure. Probably not solo mages or full team hunts. Maybe a duo, though I don't quite know if there's quite enough respawn for a duo. I recommend all standard imbuements, prioritizing physical protection followed by life drain protection. You will need prismatic and energy rings, most likely, unless you are really, really good or really high level. And I recommend considering getting T2 prismatic armor, as that is best in slot here, better than like a T0 gnome armor or T0 soul shell. So if you can afford it, make sure to pick one up. It only costs about 10 kk. Yeah, as you can see in the input analyzer, it's about 80 to 84% physical, followed by about 14-15% life drain damage. Damage comes mostly from the Guzzlemores, and then it's kind of evenly split between Silencers and Frazzlemores. Now, what I do here with the potions / ring swapping, I do this on every single Roshamuul spawn, actually, at least at level 450, because it's quite difficult at 450. When I'm kiting from box to box, I use great mana potions to refill my mana, and I have blue plasma ring active. Once I sort of get into the box, I have my monsters around me, I switch to the prismatic ring, and I switch to using ultimate spirit potions. Obviously, if you have full health, full mana, you don't need to be using the ultimate spirits, but if you're in a box, you're very quickly going to need to use ultimate spirits. And in case you get into an emergency, so you can tell your health is dropping faster than you're healing, pop that energy ring, give you a couple of seconds of breathing room, assuming you have a little bit of mana, heal yourself up, and then switch back to your prismatic or blue plasma. And if you're in super emergencies, you can always use an NPC food or cupcake if you have it. Hopefully shouldn't need it. Moving on, supplies per hour, about 1600 great mana potions, 100 ultimates, 1500 diamond arrows, 700 avalanches. With regards to charms, I recommend, this is my setup at least, it's wound on Guzzlemore, divine wrath on Silencer, low blow on Frazzlemore. However, if you don't have those exact charms, some combination of parry and dodge will also work on Frazzlemore and Guzzlemore. With regards to the wheel, I start off with the Gift of Life around level 450 because it's really quite difficult here, and well, it's not super difficult, but it is difficult, and you do feel more comfortable having that gift of life. And I would switch to a more offensive setup slightly later, probably something like a Holy Grenade from around level 500, maybe 550. And the character you'll see in the video is level 464 Paladin with 124 distance skill and 35 magic level. Obviously, I have best in slot gear, as you could see in the photo right here, so keep that in mind if you don't have such good equipment. Obviously, add like 50, 60 levels to everything that I'm talking about. And I had no combat praise active, I just had those charms that I'm showing you here. So let's take a quick look at the route. Each of those sort of purple boxes indicates where the boxes normally are. So basically you're going to be coming in somewhere from here, and this is basically where Shockheads begins. This is the Shockhead respawn right here. So I'll usually do like box somewhere around here. I will then kite everything into this big room and usually finish the box somewhere here as well. I'll then kite through here, do a box here. I'll then pull everything out through here, usually do the box somewhere around here, and basically restart. That's it. That's about 4 boxes. I'll then sort of kite everything and pull everything all the way back here, and again restart from the first pull. And you go like this. You shouldn't really run out of respawn too quickly. I think you should be able to hunt here until like level 600 without running out of respawn, because it's pretty quick. Anyway, that's what I have for you today, guys. And maybe last thing worth mentioning, there is a silencer raid on the plateau. If you want to trigger that, you can trigger it once every 30 minutes by using 5 silencer resonating something or other item that's called. And then that triggers a silencer raid. I haven't really shown that in the video, and I don't really include that in the results because, it's not really reliable. Anyway, that's what I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I think this place is highly, highly underrated. I think people just, they're stuck on like Roshamuul West being so good, and if I don't get Roshamuul West, I'm not going anywhere in Roshamuul. Roshamuul Shockheads, perfectly serviceable around level 500 Paladin. Not that hard, definitely recommend it. Yeah, that's what I have for you today, guys. Going to do a quick shout out for my YouTube members. After that, I'm going to play you the video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.